Alright, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Yo, it's been a hot minute, but look, listen. I wanted to talk about my experience building my very first computer and why I will never do that shit again. Never. Don't care. Never building a computer again. I'd rather get the money and pay somebody to build it. It's the most that shit was so goddamn tedious and annoying. I couldn't be asked. I'm never doing it again. Never ever. So, first let's start with why I had to build a new computer. So the computer that I had recently, not recently, but previously, it was good, a very top of the line computer and all that shit, I appreciate, everybody in my family, for, helping me out with that, but like, still. I get the computer, right? It's good, but the cooling is fucking dog shit. And I let the computer rock for about a year, and then it got to the point where it was overheating. So I started cleaning it and shit like that. I didn't deep clean it because, well, I don't got time for that. You feel me? Like I do got time for that, but then I don't got time for that, but then I do got time for that type shit. So basically, it's overheating. It's hot as shit in my room. Like I'm getting to the point where I'm just stripping. I'm just naked, playing my games, and I'm still sweating. Like you already know, like my chair, dog shit. I like cloth is it's nice and comfortable. Don't get me wrong, it's comfortable. Heat magnet, PU leather, heat magnet. Like every chair that's comfortable for me is a heat fucking magnet. So now, once I get a job, I gotta now buy myself, a mesh chair. I hate mesh, but that's what I gotta get. But we're getting off topic. Basically, computer was getting hot. I was getting too pissed. I couldn't be asked. Spent money that I wanted to use to make a custom keyboard, but instead I had to build myself a computer. Got all the stuff for the computer. Did a whole bunch of fucking research on what case to get, what case not to get, blah blah blah. Now the case I was originally gonna get was gonna be the Lee and Lee, I think like 011 mini or something like that. But then I ended up getting, I think, another Lee and Lee. I think it was like the Lee and Lee like Land Cool 2 or something like that. I ended up getting that. That shit. This shit is fucking beautiful. Right. My computer is so fucking cool now. It's crazy. The case that I had before was I think it was the NZXT H10, H510, something like that. I don't know. All these damn cases and names and shit like that is the most retarded shit. I can't be asked. But that shit meant for water cooling. I didn't have water cooling, technically speaking. It was mostly an air cooled case and a water cooled case. So put two and two together, ain't no good. So I get all the parts, I get all the stuff, I start building the computer. Right. It's stupidly frustrating because I've never done it before. So I'm watching videos and all that, figuring it out, learning shit like that. And got to the point where I gave up. I gave up. I gave up so many times, bro. I think that was also on my birthday, and I fell asleep. I literally fell asleep for about 2 hours because I couldn't be asked. I even like cut my finger and shit like that, bro. It was a fucking mess building that computer. And later that night, after I got home, from dinner, birthday dinner and all that, I continued to build the computer until late in the night. I did not care. I did everything I could to build that computer, and I succeeded. I did succeed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look at me shine. But at what cost? Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this now. My cable management, dog mother, maybe 50, 100%, half of the shit in there may or may not be screwed in with the wrong screws. That's all I gotta say. My pump, the fucking um, AIO, the fucking radiator and all that shit, I had the wrong size fans. I didn't know that. And instead of complaining and saying that I had the wrong fans, because that would mean I would have to spend more money. I shoved that shit in there with all the force I had. It's like 2 in the fucking morning. I shoved that shit in there. Put the wrong screws in. Like the screws are fucking bent and everything. That shit's in there. It's working. There's no rattling. It's quiet. And I'm like, I'm shocked. Because that shit, it's on food stamps. That shit is on EBT. I'm telling you this now. It's a struggle PC build. But then at the same time, it's worth so much fucking money. bro, bro, bro. I don't need money. I'm telling you this now. If I'm ever rich, I'm gonna be the poorest rich man you have ever seen in your life. On everything. This computer is like worth like, I think it's like it's close to like, I think it's like 3K or something like that. It's something. We'll just say 3,000, right, bro? I've never shoved $3,000 worth of fucking PC parts into a case so scuffed in my life, bro. Anybody that just takes care of these shit would look at me and they would punch me in my neck. I just shoved the shit in there and called it a fucking day. I gave up, didn't care. As long as it worked, I was good. But I thought my struggle ended there. Nope. Nope. Got everything in, turned it on, everything's working. I look at the fans, I'm like, these fans ain't on. So now I gotta go back into the computer and start configuring and plugging in and plugging out more and more goddamn cables, cutting myself more and more, giving myself cuts and bruises all over my fucking hands. It's not a fun time at all. And I realized there's one fucking part to this whole computer for my fans that I never took out the other computer because I didn't know I needed to use it, and that was the fan controller. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I, I, I somehow jerry rigged, pulled, hot wired, whatever the fuck you want to call it, out the old computer. Just fucking ripped it out the old one, put it in the new one. Everything's working fine. Rearrange every fucking wire you can think of, and all that. And yeah, just don't. All I gotta say is, moral of the story: I'm never doing that again. Never ever. I'm paying people to do it, and don't open my computer. I'm telling you this now.